we're looking at the 2003 draft, a very famous draft, a draft that has some of the biggest names in basketball history. As I horribly ruined the ranking. Okay, LeBron,
You click
Melo,
college and it went to a bunch of bums.
it was like Mo Williams, and I was like, oh, that's not who I was trying to click on. Anyways, Bosh, Wade, this does go deep though. There are a lot of solid NBA players. Leandro Barbosa, Kai Sinet's favorite player of all time. Lots of solid players throughout this draft. However, this is not why we're talking about this. We're talking about this because something has come up about this draft recently, again by our content god, LeBron James. And it's something that when I heard it, I was like, maybe, but it's just stuff that like, this gets thrown around with too many draft lotteries. LeBron said that he thinks the 2003 NBA draft was rigged. And he kind of alluded to the fact that he felt like the Derrick Rose draft was rigged, and there's a couple of other drafts that he felt were oddly convenient that players ended up where they ended up. So I will throw it to you guys because I genuinely want to know: do you guys actually feel that every draft lottery is rigged?
That's different. I don't know about everyone, but definitely some. They pick and choose to a certain extent. Like, Derrick Rose, Patrick Ewing, Georgetown. He had to go to New York. LeBron had to go to Cleveland. Lonzo Ball was a big one too, because you remember the LA connection and everything. That was huge. It felt too convenient. And again, it's like, well, they were the number 2 pick. Even like the number 1 pick has like what, a 25% chance of getting it. So, I mean, if just some mathematician was able to break down like how often like the number 1 pick gets exactly who they want, the math probably wouldn't add up. It would just be like, this stinks. This smells fishy. So, no, absolutely. I think it happens to a certain extent. I think that you go too far if you say everything in the NBA is rigged, because there's certain things that obviously would have been rigged that didn't happen. And a great example of that, the one I always use, is LeBron and Kobe never met up in the NBA Finals. And if you remember, they were being set up as rivals. They had the cookies and they were arguing about rings and the puppet commercials and all that. They were being set up, and it felt like it might go that direction in 2009. And then, Cavs lost. The Lakers lose some other years, like 2011. LeBron always takes the blame for losing in 2009, but Kobe did get swept by the Mavericks in 2011. So there's that, too. They both have some blame for that. But, yeah, like, if the whole NBA was rigged, that would have happened. And there's a lot of instances where something like that would have happened. I would have loved to have seen Akeem Olajuwon versus Michael Jordan. Just never lined up. And so right. I think there is some instances. I just don't think the odds add up.
But do you think specifically when we're talking about the draft though, like, do you really feel like it's because for me, it's like the Stern era is real fishy, man. It's got, absolutely. In terms of the lottery, like it's real fishy. Like throw up the screen. I got a couple of winners on the screen. So we got the first one I remember vividly is with Kyrie Irving as a sorry about LeBron, here's Kyrie kind of deal. I'm sure there are others that I haven't highlighted on the screen, but here are the ones that I remember like being suspect. Derrick Rose to the Bulls because of the Chicago connection, right? Now we got to look at this one, Cleveland and LeBron. I just kind of was like, good for Cleveland. It worked out. Like, maybe I'm just naive. This being back-to-back, like, I remember when they did this Magic Moment documentary, they talked about this being a very, like, fishy kind of deal. Oh, wow, they managed to get back-to-back picks. One of them was, like, they had a, 1% chance with the Weber pick, I think? Something crazy. And then, of course, we have the frozen envelope, the famous frozen envelope.
100%. It's a lot of coincidence, Russell.
It's a lot, dude. It's a lot. It's a lot. And like I said, please put in the comments if there's a couple I've missed. But I don't know. The Stern, like I said, Dario's living in the shade right now, and I feel like he's doing that on purpose. So go ahead, talk to me about the Stern era.
I actually am not. The lighting right now is pretty terrible. I don't know if you guys.
Why are you defending Adam Silver though? Because there's some seasons in there you could certainly look at. I mean, for me, he's not number one, but Lonzo Ball going to the Lakers at the number 2 pick certainly deserves to be in that conversation as well. Absolutely deserves to be in that conversation.
Yeah.
And but here's the thing. Here's something else. Any time where they're doing the draft lottery and they don't allow people to see it, there is reason to question it.
Sure.
Because that had been the standard for forever, and through some of Stern's and some of Silver's. And wouldn't that add to suspense? If you're not messing with the lottery balls, why would you not want people to see it? Genuine question. Why would that not be? Wouldn't that add to the excitement? Wouldn't that add to the suspense? So that right there brings things into question.
So are you guys saying that the Lakers shouldn't have gotten the 2nd pick, or are you saying that I guess I'm not really. I'm a little confused with the Lakers one because for Lonzo Ball, because it does seem like at that time they were interested in him. So I don't think.
So there's this weird interview that happened on ESPN with, I believe, Magic Johnson right before the draft lottery, where somebody, either I forget, it might have even been Ron Pelinka, but somebody on ESPN. I'll try to find it and see if I can get it, or at least the quote. But basically, the guy went on ESPN and was like, I was told we're going to get the pick. Basically something along those lines, where it was like, I was told we're going to get the pick. And then 2 days later, the lottery happened and they ended up in the 2nd spot. That's where that one gets shady for me. That's what I remember.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't realize that.
And Magic is one guy who is not smart about a filter. He's always been saying stupid stuff. Yeah. So it's just the fact that he said it is if somebody was going to let that slip, it'd be Magic. Yeah, exactly.
So specifically for the LeBron one, I don't think that was a Rick thing. They had a really high percentage of getting that pick at the time. They were tied with whoever I think Detroit at the time for getting that. So I don't think it was a weird thing. And then also Detroit, I'm pretty sure is a bigger market than Cleveland, right? And they also have history in basketball. So I think in terms of the NBA, that would have made a little more sense for it to be for a more historic franchise. It seemed like Detroit would kind of have been a better situation for him.
I don't think either one is necessarily impressive from a market standpoint. You're talking about 2 bottom of the barrel type franchises in that aspect. They do certainly have the history there. Yeah. And they were a contender at the time as well. That was a tricky situation that led them to get the 2nd pick too. So I don't know. And to be honest, LeBron hasn't been in that conversation much until he brought himself into that. Usually the ones I hear about are Derrick Rose, and Patrick Ewing for sure. I think Patrick Ewing's the biggest shoe-in for that one because of the envelope situation. But yeah, so I don't know. I mean, if you want to nail it down to each draft and talk about LeBron specifically, that's true. I don't know. I mean, because there was Detroit, and then who was taken 3rd right after that? That Denver. Was.
Oh no, sorry, that was Miami, I think.
No. Carmelo was taken 3rd. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Which that would have been horrible. It's just LeBron and the Nuggets and Denver. That ain't doing anything either. So I don't know. Just taking him to his hometown and everything. It made sense. But I don't know. That one I'm not as sure about. But
I think there was not a doubt that LeBron James was going to be no matter who picked, the first person off the board was going to no doubt beat LeBron James.
100%.
Yeah. So I don't think that.
And it definitely seems like whenever that can be said about the number 1 overall pick, that's where we have a lot of these situations happen. Because that was the case with Patrick Ewing. I'm pretty sure that was the case with Derrick Rose. I know Michael Beasley was in that conversation, but I'm pretty sure.
I feel like that was a pretty good conversation though with Rose and Beasley. Yeah, I feel like
Odin level.
Yes. Yeah, actually, it was very similar to that. I mean, I think most people would have guessed Rose would have gone number one, but it certainly wasn't a LeBron, Carmelo. Like, Darko was not in that conversation. That was out of left field.
Yeah.
But, Kevin Durant, Greg Odom, where you're like, we're pretty sure this guy's going to go number one, but we wouldn't knock him if, they took the guy who we're projecting to go number two. You can't always say it's first.
Yeah. It's just interesting. Like, if there's a documentary in 10 years about the NBA finally comes out and admits that X, Y, and Z was set up, oh man, that'd be a banger. Oh, I would love to watch that. That'd be so fun to watch. And I could see all the steps before, like, please, NBA, let me edit that documentary. But like, I would love to put that together. The story writes itself.
A big deal though, like, because when you really think about it, like, wasn't Magic like done? Didn't he get picked by the Lakers because of a coin flip or something like that?
Yes.
So like that to me is way more insane than like them possibly rigging it. Like that's easier to rig than anything. I don't know. Like Magic. Oh, Magic.
Yeah.
The Lakers won a coin flip, and the big or like the franchise in Los Angeles like got this major star. Like to me,
it's true. Because I don't know if nobody saw that coin flip again. Yeah. They didn't have as much film and as much stuff on film in general back then. But I mean, Magic and Bird,
3 days anyways,
Yeah. After their time in college and after the national championship game, Magic and Bird were as much of a shoe-in as you could be.
Yeah.